Hey guys, ArchieLuxury here on the ArchieLuxury. This is the car show. The car show, guys. I'm here for you. That's right, guys. I'm here. I'm here for you. What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me, guys. What's happening? What's happening in the world here? I got to tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed with plastic letting the kids eat at home, in the car. So I got to be honest with you, that's really bad news. I don't like to see that happen, and I feel really sorry for Plastic's vehicle. The kids are allowed to eat in this stupid. I just don't know what to say, man. What do I say to a man who lets the kids eat in the car? It's disappointing, man. It really is disappointing. So, yeah. Okay, go, guys. We've got 22 people here. Jeez, come on, guys. Someone jump on. We got Green Room. Green Room, how are you, man?
Hey, man. I'm just popping in. Yeah, I'm all right.
I got to tell you, I saw a Hyundai.
Yep.
I saw an i30 the other day. They're actually quite a nice-looking vehicle.
Well, you're talking about specifically the sedan, because there's different versions of
the hatch. The hatch.
Oh, okay.
It's a hatch, isn't it?
Well, it's the sedan, the one I like.
Sedan or hatch?
I like the sedan. Yeah.
Because what's happened is Hyundai has sort of taken over from where Toyota left off, don't you think?
Look, actually, I'm not a car guy. I don't know what I'm really doing here, to be honest. But I like the designs of Hyundai, but I just think that I'm probably best off getting a Camry. It's a few years old,
Why do you say that?
Well, I hear very good things about the Camry there,
They
very reliable.
Do chew a bit of juice, but they're a really big car.
They are.
They do chew a bit of juice. That's the only thing I would say there. Do you think no? Is that a concern?
I don't know, Archie. I think I'm attracted to reliability. Maybe it's not all about looks,
NATO says I have an i30 hatch. The Hyundai has 7-year warranty, don't they?
Archie, I'm not a car guy. I know nothing. I'm clueless in this department. I shouldn't be here. I'm just here until someone else shows up. Ooh.
That's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay.
But actually, these prices.
I got KC. KC Aquatics.
Hey, Arch. Hey, Green Room.
Hey, KC, it's terrible in Brisbane. We've got fucking flooding happening, okay?
Good. Hey.
Like, it's really serious. Like, would you take your Beamer out?
No,
when it's flood?
No. I have other cars to drive if it gets seriously heavy.
Like, do you mind taking your Beamer out when it's raining, or you try not to?
No, I don't mind. But if it's like there'll be some floods in certain areas, then I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, because there's so much electronics in the BMW.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'll drive another car which is more like manual stuff, not so much electronics, and it's cheaper to repair.
I had this Civic. I took the Civic out. Like last night, we were supposed to take the BMW because it's my wife's birthday. We had the kids. I had my dad came with us, and it would have been nice to take the BMW.
Yeah.
But I said, hey, we've got some road closures. Let's just take the Civic.
Yeah, road closure is quite serious, right? You're expecting about 1 foot of water or something like that?
Yeah. I drove through 1 foot last night. I started to drive through. I thought, oh fuck, I shouldn't have done this. But once you start, you can't get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're already halfway in the water and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And
better
it
not
was
to.
okay. The car was fine. It wasn't that deep. It was
Yep.
fine. Just keep going. Get out of there. You know what I mean?
Yep. You don't want to stop halfway in the middle of nowhere.
But I wouldn't want to take the BMW through there. You know what I mean?
Yes. Better not to.
The BMW is also a little bit low too.
Yep. Extremely low, actually. Sometimes you're trying to go up ramps and all that. You actually hear scraping.
Yes, KC.
Yes, sir.
Green Room wants to get his first car.
Oh, nice.
Would you get a new Hyundai, an i30, or would you get a second-hand Camry? What would you get?
I'll get the i30.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Much more fuel efficient. It's a nicer, nice sporty car. The Camry,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with the Camry. They're an amazing car. But I think he'll love the i. You know what, Green Room? Just fucking do it, man.
Look, there's a big underlying issue, and Archie knows what I'm going to say.
Yeah, no supply.
No spot.
No what?
No
He
spot
hasn't got
for
a
the
parking
car.
spot.
No,
He's
no
got a
garage.
little bit-
Okay.
He's got okay. I get it, man. I get it.
That's why getting some type of second-hand, what you might call a beater car, makes a lot more sense. Unfortunately, if I had a garage, I'd be all for getting a new car.
Even if you had a carport, it wouldn't be so bad. But even if you had the spot, let's say you had a spot there, right? That's not undercover still, is it?
Well, it depends on what. Some of the spots where I live are undercover, some aren't, but absolutely none. Absolutely none are going to become available.
The one that you used to
either way, it doesn't matter.
Before, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Well, the one that my mum had before was not covered.
Okay.
Can you get a car cover or something like that?
No, that doesn't count. KC, come on, man. That's
I know. You don't have a roof over it. Yeah, you don't have a
fantasy. You know, the only problem is my garage is we've got torrential rain. My garage roof is actually fairly flat. So the water is a little bit's coming through a bit, but I don't think that's going to hurt the BMW. What do you think?
Nah, that won't matter. Yeah.
No.
That'll be all right.
But what I like to do, KC, is when the BMW is beautifully clean and I've waxed it, I like to put a car cover on top.
Yeah, you can. Do you drive it daily now?
No. It's special occasion only.
Okay.
KC, I want to ask you something else.
Yep.
Because you live in a hot climate. Malaysia's fucking hot, right?
Yep.
I got a guy out last week. I'm looking at insulating the ceiling in the garage. What do you think of that idea?
Not necessary, I think.
Because it gets so hot. It's a tin roof.
My car in the Porsche, right? And my roof is not insulated. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So it's not okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. You know what I love about you, KC?
What's that?
I really love, like, to most people, they would say your BMW, you got 150,000 kilometers on it, don't you?
Yeah, 170,000.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, they would say, you know what, it's nothing special, it's nothing this, but I like the love you have for it.
Yeah, I drove around Island with my wife yesterday. And on the way back, the alternator gave out. But luckily, but it's okay. Luckily, there was a warning message to tell you that, the battery is not charging properly. So I just drove it to my workshop and then left it there. I'm going to get it back on Monday anyway. Yeah. It's going to, the alternator will cost me like, what, $300 to $400? So that is still cheaper than paying a monthly.
What country was your car made in? What country was yours made in?
Here, Malaysia. We did it locally. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Malaysian. So what does your VIN number start with?
Ooh. Give me a sec. Let me try to find it. Yep. No, you go ahead. Continue talking.
Because I remember Malaysian cars. I remember you people, because of your taxes, they used to have a 324i.
325i. The E39s.
No. Plastic's here.
Hey, plastic.
In the Beamer. Eating in the
Oh.
Beamer.
Well,
Pizza. Yum, 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 yum. Eating in the Beamer. I'm like a fucking snowflake. Piece of shit. He can't fucking eat in his car. But eats all day in his fucking office.
please just be careful. If you're going to eat pizza in the Beamer, please at least be careful, would you? Concentrate on what you're eating.
I don't have.
Please, and put that soft drink down.
I can't eat all day in my office, so I have to eat in my car on the way home. Because I'm a worker, man. Anyway, how you going, guys? What's new?
We're thinking about banning you for your behavior of your BMW.
Why'd you send me a link, motherfucker?
I was desperate to have anyone on.
Send me a fucking link,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Eating in the Beamer. Ow, 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 ow.
Is that a pepperoni?
What flavored pizza is that?
Kids love the garlic cheese.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you something. You're going to get booted. See you later.
Bye.
I'm not going to tolerate that, Casey. Casey?
Plastic is the best.
Would you eat in your car, Casey?
Not in a Beamer, but in the other cars, I don't mind. Yeah.
No. But I mean, would you eat like the driver can eat like nuts or something as long as it's not, but I wouldn't eat chocolate or something that can fall in between the upholstery.
Yeah. Not those drippy stuff or those that.
Would you let your kids? How about in Malaysia? They have that bag with the straw in it. Would you let?
I drink it. Not my kids. I'll just hang it. Yeah, I hang it off the indicator stock. I'll just drink it.
Now, KC, wasn't the Malaysian market, you had some special models because of the tax concessions?
Yeah, let me tell you what models we have. Before that, right, my VIN number starts with P and M. PM.
Oh,
yeah. So it's different
Malaysia.
from you guys. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
See, mine starts with a W, which means Germany.
Yeah, I heard that on the stream just now. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so we have the 318s, the 316s, the 320s, 3828s, 330, and 335s. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
you got a 330, haven't you?
Yeah, we got a 330 as well. Yeah, we have the 330.
What year is your 330?
Mine is 2012. You want me to show you the photo? I can share my pic.
Oh, I've seen it. The white one. The white one.
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, bring it up. Bring it up.
Yeah, I can bring it up. Just just sharing it. Yeah,
oh, fuck, that looks beautiful. I love your wheels.
Yeah, change that wheels, man. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, to me,
this
right?
This is an F30. This looks beautiful.
Yeah, taking care of it is, no problems. I mean, the whole of last year, right? I spent like what? 1,000? Less than 1,000 on maintenance. So that is cheaper than getting a new car anyway.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what's this car worth? Like Malaysia, cars are expensive, aren't they? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, they are. It costs about, let me see, about 30K now. 30K.
What
Aussie
does
dollars.
It cost brand new? What does a 330 cost brand new in your
brand
country?
New is about 100K Aussie dollars.
Okay, well, my car brand new. Mine's a demonstrator, so it's a bit cheaper, but it's about 90-something thousand. So it's not much more expensive than.
Yeah.
And we got the Snake on. Hello, Snake. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine.
This is KC's. Is that your Mini?
Yeah, that was my Mini as well. So
Minis are very cool. Minis
what size engine did you have in the Mini? Did you have a 3-cylinder?
No. This is a 4-cylinder 1.6 supercharged.
So your engine, you got an N20 or you got a B or a B48?
No, mine is an N20. It was before the facelift. Tommy's one is a B48. Yeah, the one Tommy has.
Is the B48 better?
Yeah, definitely better. What you got to look out for is just the hoses that over time, right? It needs to be changed.
Yeah.
So,
The charge pipes,
the charge
the
pipes.
the cold side of the turbo that deals with the compressed air that being pushed into the engine are made of plastic just because they're under relatively low pressure. It's easier to make them out of plastic, costs them a lot less. But after about 10 years, all plastic starts to get brittle, and they tend to crack and break. But it's also when it happens, your car will let you know, and it's a relatively inexpensive.
Super chat, guys. Super chat, guys. Otherwise, we won't be doing any more.
That's a sunbeam. That's the front end of a sunbeam right there.
Yeah,
Ronnie Paul Arch can't make it tonight. However, has some cash to start your own BMW rescue club. Saw plastic with that pizza box on the leather seats and almost threw up. His Beamer needs to be rescued. Thank you so much, Ronnie Paul. You know who had a Sunbeam? Get Smart. Remember Get Smart?
Yeah. Now there's the Sunbeam Alpina and the Sunbeam Tiger.
Yeah, this is a Sunbeam Alpine.
Tiger. He had the Tiger.
The Alpine had a 4-banger, and the Tiger had
your mum had an Alpine. That was your mum's car? Sorry, say that again.
That was my dad's car, and then my mum took over and daily drove it.
Nice.
Wow.
Then it doesn't have air. It doesn't have air conditioning. It doesn't have anything. He bought it.
No. It's a 60s car. KC, I want to ask you. Would you? How many BMWs have you owned, KC?
Just two. I had the E30, 36, right? Yeah, the squarish one.
E36.
The one.
Yep.
Back in 1992. Yeah, around there.
Oh, it was brand new then. Did you buy that new?
Yeah, so that was a 325i. Yeah.
Fuck, that's a beautiful car, 325i. Did you love that?
Oh yeah. That's why from that day onwards, I always loved BMs. Yeah.
So would you when would you update your present 330?
My current car?
Or you're just gonna keep
down? Yeah, just wait till it drops dead. I'll just keep it. Yeah.
So tell me that you love it, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice car. Yeah, it's a nice car.
Now
I've test driven the new ones, and yeah, I do like them. They have a lot of computer stuff and all that, but I mean, not much difference in terms of driving experience between.
I got to tell you, I always liked the F30. I thought that shape was beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I agree.
The F30, they had them as a luxury line
and a sports line.
Yeah, what's yours?
Mine's a luxury line, but I modified it a lot so it looks like a sport line.
Yeah. What's that there? Is that an M3 or is that
it's an M Sport? Yeah, it's an F30.
M Sport. Yeah. Tell me this, KC.
M Sport what? 330?
325. 28i.
328i.
328i.
I've got the 335i, which they're the same car. It's just the 335 has the bigger turbo engine.
Tell me this, KC. What's the BMW like support in Malaysia? People love BMWs?
Oh, yes, definitely. Because I told you before, right? They have very great financing. The interest rate for new cars is less than 2%.
Wow.
Yeah, it's only like 1.9.
Have you driven your car to Singapore?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But I'm planning to drive it to KL and all that. Yeah.
How far from KL are you?
About 350 kilometers.
Oh, that's a long drive.
Yeah. Not really long. It's only like, 3 hours?
That's not that long.
I love KL. KL is amazing. Can we meet at Beach Club?
What is KL?
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
Kuala Lumpur. Okay.
Yeah.
Malaysia's one of my favorite places there. I would desperately. I love the train. You go to the airport. You got the train into the city.
Mm-hmm.
I love KL. In Singapore, a BMW 320 is like $200,000 Australian now,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and the 330 is like 230,000, I think.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. Tell me this, Casey. We got Plastic back again. We might have to boot him. What's going on, Plastic?
My humble lord, Archie, I am but a humble servant. I answered the call. You asked me to come on the show. I pleasured myself with my food in the car, and I humbly asked for you to allow me back on the show to be your humble forgiveness and to be your comedic whipping boy.
By the way, Casey,
Great.
he's got a new X5 with the 3 liters.
Well, it's not new now. It's
engine.
Not new now. It's 2019, late 2019. So it's
Yeah, that's a huge car.
Yeah, big car.
It's a big car. My neighbor just got an X6. It's huge. It's like a bloody tank.
What do you think of the 5 Series, Casey?
They go fast too.
The 6 Series are so sexy, though.
Hey,
sorry, what did you say?
The coupes.
Yes. What did you think of the 5 Series, Casey?
No, I love it. I love the 5 Series.
Sorry about the noise, Archie. I'm just opening up the garlic bread. Sorry.
I got to tell you, have you had much to do with Mercedes, Casey?
No, none. I never had one. Yeah, I've sat.
You don't like them, or what do you think of them?
I don't quite. You know the C class, right? I don't like the rear tail lights. The front is okay, but the rear looks like very tiny little squares. not the new one, the previous one. And the new one looks exactly like a Mazda or Kia rear tail light.
He's eating garlic bread there. This is terrible. Do we ban him, Mike? Mike.
Plastic, you got to give it a shake so that crumbs drop off on the car, all over the car.
Yeah, just drop your offsetting while you're eating.
Come on, man.
No banning, but just no video of eating on.
She's having anxiety attack right now.
Yeah, I got to tell you, how is would you know they're going to stop making the Z4? What do you think of the Z4, Casey?
Oh, I love the previous version. The previous version was really nice, and they have this Rowan body kit, right, where you can put it on and it looks spectacular.
Yeah,
Mike,
are you a Z4 fan, Mike?
Yeah, it has the same engine as my car.
Yeah.
Yes. The same twin turbo inline 6 as my car, and a little bit
Miata.
In a Miata.
Do they make
Archie sort of car Stefan would drive?
Tell me this. Actually, he drives an Aston Martin. Did you know that, Plastic?
No, I didn't. Well, same as Drew.
Yeah. I got to ask you, do they make the entire range in Malaysia?
No, only certain ranges. The more popular models, they'll local assemble it, like the 3 Series, the 5 Series. And then the competition series and all the sporty versions, those are imported. Yeah.
Archie, I checked my VIN number. It starts with a W.
That means it's a German car.
Yeah, or European-made car somewhere in the
That's what you said, Archie. You said they made American cars in Germany.
Yeah, they make. Yeah. Tell me this, Casey. I wanted to ask you.
Yep.
Would you put a ceramic coat on now?
Mine is already ceramic coated.
You like it, or what do you think of it?
Yeah, I love it. You can just wash it off. It's so easy to wash off.
You know they want so much money in Australia to do it.
You don't have to wash it more.
You do.
Yeah, but it's so easy.
On the showcase.
Yeah, but it's so easy, right? You just spray it with water, and then everything goes off, and you just wipe it clean, wipe it dry.
And then if it is red,
Oh, what's happened? Beach Club has closed down, Arch. What did Beach Club close down?
Ooh, I don't even know that. It's in KL.
Fuck. That can't be true, can it?
Why are you doing all these free super chats, Archie? People aren't paying.
We've
You
only
bring
had
up
one
chat.
super chat. We had one fucking
Oh,
super
shit.
chat. It's
Super chat,
toxic.
guys, and if you want Plastic to show his mask eating in the car, super chat, and Plastic will put the mask on and eat in the car for all to see.
KC,
Super chat $10, and I'll drop crumbs down the side of the seat.
KC, do you think the 3 Series? I think the 3 Series is probably the most perfect sports sedan. What do you think?
Yeah, it's the most versatile size, right? You can jet it around. Whereas a
Yeah.
5 Series is a bit too big.
Yeah.
So,
It's got big enough back seat for tall people.
Yeah,
Yeah. My 135, just to get your nice leg room, if you're 6 feet tall or over, the seats actually went all the way back to the front of the back seat. So there was no leg room. It was kind of like a Porsche, where the back seats are kind of a joke. The 135 is a scrunched up little hot rod. But
You were thinking about getting a Ferrari, KC.
oh, that is my car. Nobody's sitting in that.
See the
you know what,
Camry?
Archie?
You see the Camry next to the stable, mate? See the stable, mate?
Yes.
See, in the cookie cutter garage, we got the Camry and the Beamer together. Friends forever. Look at that. See the solar
Besties.
on the wall? The
Besties.
solar.
Here we go. Pavel, $10. More plastic,
I'm a-
please. Crumbs.
Give it a shake.
Okay,
Give it
here
a
we go.
shake.
Let me just-
Now, do you have leather seats or do you have those plastic leather sheets?
He's got leather seats in that model. Proper
I'm
leather.
just seeing the Archie on a leather, aren't they?
Well,
Yes, yeah, they're
it's
real
hard
leather.
to tell. Their fake leather is actually as good or better than regular leather because it doesn't wear and age
Does-
like leather does.
Does yours have
Um,
real leather, KC?
Mine is already rewrapped with Napa letters, so I've everything is changed. Yeah, mine.
Oh, was it original leather or not?
No, the original leather I've already changed it because it's an old car. Yeah, so it's worn out.
okay.
Yeah, so I already changed it. Yeah.
How much did that cost to do?
Ooh.
Sometimes you can find the whole interior that somebody's
about
gutted and
2K, I would say Aussie dollars, about 2K.
yeah.
That's not bad. So it was a bit worn out, you're saying?
Yeah, it's worn out, so you just change everything. And then previously it was brown leather, so now it's all black.
Yeah, a lot of times people building race cars, they will pull the entire interior out, and then you'll find an entire, absolutely every piece interior for sale for like dirt cheap. So you can change your whole interior from like tan to like that brick red. Every little piece. Plastic. Hey, what's happening, Plastic? What's up, Plastic? Archie, on a serious note,
Yes.
I fell down.
this whole
Don't do that. That's enough.
This whole Rolex thing has me so fucking. Well, wait till he's done.
He's eating in the Beamer. Don't touch the wheel.
Savage.
You savage.
Oh no! Fell again. Oh no! On the seat.
Oh no, chicken McNuggets on the seat. Oh, the travesty. It's a travesty.
Super chat more, and I'll do more eating. Come on, super chat now.
He's gonna bring out a peanut butter next.
No, I gotta tell you,
Garlic bread, Casey. It's so good.
the garlic bread is delicious. I gotta tell you there, KC, the
Yeah.
Beamers, they're great cars. Are you disappointed they went for the Turbo 4 instead of the 6?
No, I love the power versus the capacity. I was always very skeptic, right? When you talk about turbos and small engines, and you go, ah, shit. And then, and then when you start driving it, oh, this is actually not bad.
Turbo negates engine size. Turbo negates engine size because you can just crank a turbo up and make that engine a bigger engine just by cranking, more boost.
Do you know that Nissan developed a 1.5 liter 400 horsepower turbo engine?
Shit.
Well, back in the days, back in the Group B rally days, Lancia, the Delta S4 was a 1.5 liter inline four that was both supercharged and turbocharged, made 1,100 horsepower, and all-wheel drive, and went 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds in the dirt.
Oh shit!
Okay, that just to let you know. And Zach Speed, look up Zach Speed Capri. Okay, they were a road racing team, and when everybody else was running huge V8s, they took advantage of this rule that said if you ran an engine small enough that you could build your car light as fuck. And so they built these cars that were just like weighed a quarter as much as all these other cars. And they put these little like really high boost four bangers in them, and they fucking dominated, man. Look up Zach Speed Capris, man. They dominated Can-Am racing for years with a little four banger in them. Now they ran like one engine for practice and one engine for qualifying and one engine for the race. I mean, they went through engines fast, but yeah, turbos negate engine size. You want more power, turn the boost up, and then make the engine handle the boost. Yeah, really, for sure. I mean, there are guys, Subarus, the BRZ, that are making close to, Dyno Queens are making 1,000 horsepower out of a 2-liter four banger, but they don't last long. But you can get 600-700 horsepower, reliable horsepower out of a 2-liter four banger, and build it into a street car. Mine had 356 to the wheels, which meant it had 420 plus at the crank. I installed the turbo and everything on it, and it was completely reliable. It held everything I could throw at it. And it smoked M3s and Corvettes and everything else on the road. There's a total. It wasn't much of a sleeper anymore because I'd lowered it and put these huge tires on it, and made a hot rod racer race car out of it. But yeah, turbos are cool, man. And the fact that you have a turbo 4, do not feel diminuted or like you have you're less because you have 2 cylinders less. If you're turbocharged, man, your engine is every bit as capable of making as much power as you want it to. Just depends on how much money you want to throw at it.
Archie,
this case,
yes. Do you know what drew me to BMW back in the early 90s?
What's that? Just quickly.
I have to get the kids lunch. Have a great show. Unless someone wants super chat right now. If someone wants super chat right now for me to eat more in the car, I'll do it right now.
No, I'm plastic. That's enough. I had enough of this. I'm going to boot you myself. I'm going to torture. Yeah, it's enough. I just can't do it anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was saying, right, back in the early 90s, the thing that drew me to BMW is besides from the handling, right, and the alignment of the cockpit, the kick down on the pedals, you step all the way and you have a little click right towards the end, and the gear changes down and you have all this sudden surge of power to overtake cars. That was the thing that attracted me, the kick down. No other car had it at the time.
Automatic transmission, right?
Yes, that was the automatic transmission.
Yeah, it's just an automatic kick down that automatically dropped it. It downshifted for you when you pressed it past a certain point. Stick shift manual transmissions did not have anything like that. They were just direct. And
tell me this, KC, did you have the 320? Sorry, the 318. Did you have a 318 now?
No, it's a 3. Oh, you mean on the streets? Yeah, we have the 318s. There are 318s, F30s.
They've got a 3-cylinder motor now.
Yeah, that's the
They
Mini
use a
Cooper's
3-cylinder motor?
Yeah, that's the Mini Cooper's
Yes,
model.
that's the Mini. What do you think of that engine, 3-cylinder?
Haven't seen it or read
not
about
enough
it.
power.
No, in America, you've only got
Yeah.
the 330. You don't even get
Yeah.
that model. Well,
Okay,
what do you think,
that's why I
Casey?
haven't even heard of it.
No, I don't like it. Not enough power. Yeah, for such a big
I think you
car,
want 4
right?
cylinder because it's a big car. What do
Yeah,
you think?
It's a big car. Yeah, I don't like the 3 cylinders. You need to have
No.
the at least a 320. Yeah, at least. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Archie,
Yeah.
you know, you've mentioned that you know, Porsches are like not, you know, older Porsches are mint over in Australia.
Yes.
Over here they're not, and Rolex has just left such a fucking bad taste in my mouth regarding, because I truly want to finish off like my meager 4-watch Rolex collection, but one of them includes a Pepsi and one of them includes an OP41 or a Milgauss. And by the time I get around to affording either one of those, they're going to be 40 grand. They're going to be the same price as my
ridiculous.
fucking
It's ridiculous.
they're going to be the same price as my Vacheron that I want. Therefore, like the thought has crossed my mind of fucking selling off my watch collection and getting a 911, an old 1986 911 Carrera air cooled fucking.
Do you have to sell off what you got?
Oh yeah, I would have to. Yeah, no, I mean I don't have. It'd be $40,000 to $50,000. But
why don't you keep 2 watches, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, I only really have 2 that are worth much of anything.
The
so
Sub and the Sea Dweller, isn't it? So
yeah.
the Deep Sea.
Well,
Deep Sea.
The Pelagos and the Speedmaster are worth 5 each. So, I mean, they're worth a little bit more. But you know, those are decent amounts to tack on top to make it add up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seriously, you know, the thought has crossed my mind.
Would you ever get a Boxster, or you want a proper 911?
No. A 911 only. Engine's got to be in the back, man. It's got to be air cooled too. I'm sorry, I'm a purist. I won't own a water cooled Porsche unless I was a millionaire and I had money to piss, and then I'd be in one of those GT2 RSs or whatever that Tim Wright got a ride in. Okay. Yeah. You know, but you know, those are hundreds of thousands of dollars and so far out of my range. Might as well be a Ferrari or a McLaren or some kind of crazy car. In reality, back here on Earth, all right, it's either a Pantera or a fucking 911. And the 911s are a little bit more affordable than a Pantera. And and the
KC,
thing about,
just 1 minute, Mike.
Sure.
KC, would you, instead of getting a Ferrari, would you get a Porsche?
No, I mean, I considered getting the Porsche, right? But then
what do you think of the Boxster? Do you like the Boxster?
Yeah, I almost got a Boxster, but I not the Boxster, the Cayman 987.2.
The new Cayman's is sweet.
Yeah, the better version where you don't have the issue with the, what was that issue that they had?
They have that
IMS.
Yeah. Then 987.2 didn't have the IMS issue, so I was thinking of getting that at first, but then everybody rose up the prices for the secondary market, right? Because it was so scarce and everybody was hyping up the prices. So I say, forget it.
What do you think of the new, you know, Snake, the new Boxster uses a 4-cylinder turbo now.
Yeah, all of them do. Yeah.
Well, that kind of ruins it for me. Plus, again, if I'm going to go Porsche, it's going to be an older air-cooled 911. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, it's either going to be on that or I'm going to save a little more and get my Pantera back.
Those air-cooled are not cheap as well, right? The prices
they're fucking expensive.
They're not.
They're old. They're old and worn out now.
Look, all right.
They're worn out. They're fucked.
They're not worn out. No, that's the thing. People take care of their Porsches here. You'll find a fucking 40-year-old Porsche that has a body that is straighter and more perfect, and an interior that's been more well kept than any car you'll ever find from any Porsche owner. They just fucking respect their fucking shit. And you know,
those are the 993s, right?
No, I think 993 was the last of the air-cooled versions.
Okay.
But I want the Porsche 911 1986 to 88.
I got a friend who's got a
Carrera.
964. You know the 964.
That's the
early
Carrera
90s.
4.
No, 964. 964. That's the shape.
Yeah, the one that looks like the one in Bad Boys or something like that, right?
No, it's come out early 90s. The Porsche.
Yeah.
Is that the front
964.
engine one? The front engine one, the
No,
928?
964 was from 89 to 2000. It's the 911 from 89 to 94. 964.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's
air-cooled.
when
It's air-cooled.
Is it air cooled?
Yeah, 964 because they went to water in the late 90s.
Okay, yeah. See, I haven't followed up on Porsche since. I mean, my car was a 1972.
The model before the
Porsche.
model. Okay, so the model before that the 964. That's the internal code for the Carrera 2 and Carrera 4. They were simply badged Carrera. The 964 was sort of their it's like an E30, right?
Yeah, one of them was all-wheel drive and one of them was two-wheel drive.
Yeah, well, that's the 4 or the 2, right?
Yeah,
But
I believe.
Believe it or not, people prefer on the second-hand market. They prefer the 2-wheel drive. They don't the 4.
A lot of people disable the all-wheel
and they
drive.
prefer the manual as well. They prefer the manual because they had that stupid. They had that stupid Tiptronic. Remember Tiptronic?
Yeah, Triptronic they called it. It was like a paddle operated automatic, and I'm not horribly familiar with that, but you don't, as far as I know, you don't want a Triptronic transmission, and I'm not sure what year they started.
So the 993 was the model after that. Okay, that was the last. The 993 was from 94 to 98. That was the last. The 993 was the last air-cooled. Then the water-cooled was the 996. That's the 996. Do you understand? So the one you're talking about, right? You're talking the 80s ones, right?
Yeah, 86 to 88 is the only year I want. It's got the G50 gearbox.
Yeah.
And it's the only year I fucking want.
Mike, they're expensive, Mike.
Okay, let me just go on to onto Craigslist right now. Hold on, give me a second, and I'll find you one for nice and cheap in fucking with fairly low miles. Now the thing is, people have them rebuilt at 100,000 miles. They have the engine. They'll drop the 20 grand and have the engine completely gone through engine and gearbox, and they still have a brand new car. But let me find automobiles here. Fuck, where are we? Auto parts.
So KC, what sort of the
cars
Ferrari? You wouldn't go for a California?
No, I don't like the California, and I think there are lots of issues with the California. So the 458 is one of the reliable ones, inverted commas, reliable Ferraris.
There's no such thing.
That's I know. That's why I said inverted commas. You drive halfway and the roof falls down.
But do you realize how fucking terrible these Italian cars? Why wouldn't you just get a Porsche? Yeah. Get a Porsche Carrera 2. That's it. Just get a Porsche.
Here's a 2013 Porsche 911 Carrera for 77.
I'll be back in 1 minute, guys. I just got to take a toilet break. I'll be right back.
All right.
277. No,
over 100K here, Mike.
Well, K's are nothing. Miles are fucking
no.
Got in America.
$100K dollars.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, your Aussie dollars. I mean, that would be like 70,000 American dollars.
100K American dollars. They're over that.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't, things are different over there. But here, my neighbor just sold his 86 Porsche 911 Carrera with big whale tail. Just, I mean, the car that I want for 46 grand, I think.
Oh, wow.
And I found them on Craigslist for roughly the same price, 40 to 50. They are out there, readily available. And again, Porsches, you just don't find, beat up, ratty Porsches. People just, people that own them are a certain type of person that just has a garage. They fucking treat their cars nicely. They probably have a guy that comes once a week and washes their car and cleans it. And especially, if you're a collector or you like the old air-cooled ones, it's part of your baby. They probably have 10 others, but the 86 to 89 911 Carrera had a special gearbox called the G50, and it was just a Beef-O-Matic gearbox. It was a huge improvement over the regular 911. Then they went to the whole new generation of 911s, okay? And I'm not like where the headlights were more sloped. And I like the more stand-up bug-eye Porsche headlights. I like the whale tail. I like the 86 to 89 air-cooled fucking good old Porsche. They had fat flares and big fat tires, and they were hot rods. They didn't make too much horsepower, but they still held their own. If you took them on a track, they'd hold their own against any car. Power is not everything on a track. That's for damn sure. But yeah, the thought, it's just the knowing that I'll never be able to get my Pepsi unless I beg online. Let's say I get on Archie's show and I say, somebody, if they have the decency in their heart, if they get a call from their AD for a Pepsi and you're not ready to buy it and you're willing to pass on that, purchase it, let me purchase it, and pass it on to me at retail instead of fucking, great prices, because it's the only way I'll ever be able to own one. The same with any of the newer sports Rolexes that I want. Then my my Rolex collection is ended with the two that I own, and that leaves me empty because it's not complete. And I'm going to forever be fully unsatisfied and unhappy with my Rolex collection unless I fill it out with those last two. And so if I can't have my 4-watch, Rolex collection, then I'll dump the whole fucking thing, change it to take a hard left turn and turn it into a fucking Pantera or a fucking Porsche 911. And just, change gears completely. I've done it many times in my life. Once I've made that turn, though, I don't look back like Archie does. I don't look back and look at the prices and say, oh, now I fucked up. The prices have jumped. I don't do that. I just went, I want this now, and I'm going to do what it takes to get it. I made my decision. I'm getting it. Once I get it, then I move forward from there. I don't look back and go, oh, wow, right after I sold my car, it jumped 20,000 in value. So fucking what? What's done is done. Nothing you can do about it. Crying over spilled milk.
Yep.
But yeah, the whole Rolex thing is just so fucking out of control. It's ridiculous. I really, really want to finish off my Rolex collection, but unless somebody has mercy on me and allows me to buy one of their watches that comes up on their list, at retail, which I would be able to afford, I would jump on it and I would work on finishing out my 4-watch Rolex collection. But until then, The two I have are leaving me very, very unsatisfied with my watch collection. And I've got a couple of other three, I've got a Speedmaster and a Pelagos. Those are very nice, wonderful watches. Pelagos actually is fucking honestly the best watch out of the bunch. But yeah, the whole watch hobby has been completely fucking almost ruined by Rolex for me. Because what I really want, I can't have. If I'm not gonna spend 40, if I get 40 grand in my hand, I'm not gonna be looking at Rolexes with it. I'm gonna be like, okay, if I hang on to this and I add 30 to it, then I'm into getting the Porsche I want, or getting save up a little more, couple grand more, and get the Pantera I want, or get a good Pantera that's worth doing a restoration on, and restoring it myself. Yes, I'm daydreaming, absolutely, and I'm no meds, just daydreaming. But yeah, that's just
How much the Pantera over there?
I haven't even looked because I don't like teasing myself, and the loss of my old one left me so bitter and so fucking crushed that even when I see a picture of a Pantera, I fucking immediately like kill the page. I don't even like looking at them because I'm afraid, their prices were going up when I bought mine, and I'm sure they're continuing to do so. I'm sure they're well over 100,000 at this point. And they're still my favorite car in the whole world. And
are they readily available?
There's a company that specializes in Panteras that usually has some in stock or can source one out for you. They were only 1,500 total made, so
okay.
they have track of every one made and who owns it today and which ones have been lost, and they know who's got one for sale, and there's like that one company I mentioned that often has a few on their floor, ready to go, that have already been restored or whatever, or just refurbished, to the point where they're drivable and perfect. The problem is they were real rust buckets. The way they designed the frame, water pooled inside of it, rusted the frame out. They often needed, because they're a unibody, you had to section the whole section of the car out and section the good part back in. Now, a good repair person
hang
can
on,
do that.
Arch, you have a super chat?
Wow.
From Yankee Doodle? Yep.
They drive a Touareg
Yankey
diesel.
Doodle, $2. Mike, I drive a VW Touareg diesel. Thoughts on it?
I suppose the diesel is better. My friend had a Jetta. And it was, now granted, it was like a 2016 or 2017 model, but he had nothing but like nightmare issues. Like he would lose all power. The engine would quit. He'd lose power steering, power brakes, everything on the freeway, going 80 down the freeway. He'd have to he was lucky to, still have his life to careen off the road and get off to the shoulder. And then
that problem is a worldwide problem, Mike.
Yeah, well, he had it, and that's why I kind of, Volkswagen is like just out of the picture.
And they deny anything.
Yeah. Well, they also cheated. Like they had some mode that they went into when they were getting smogged, the diesels especially. And so they would pass smog when they were being smogged. Then they'd go back to running on, map 2, which is a different program, which had them running dirty, but with much more power, much more drivability, probably less mileage, but more drivability. Today's cars are tuned for emissions; they're not tuned for power. So a lot of times, they're running as lean as they can possibly run without burning things up. And so,
Do you have stop start in your Beamer,
no.
Mike? How about
No.
you, KC?
Yeah, I do. But I always
hate it. I
switch it
turn
off.
it off.
I always switch it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
My
it
my
drains
car.
Fuel
on
is
the-
cheap. Engine wear is expensive.
Yeah, it drains the battery, it drains the starter, and all that.
Well, my car is an IS, and it was designed exclusively as a quote enthusiast's car. They made very few of them, and mine has the dual clutch transmission, which is fairly rare. And instead of running lights like fog lights down at the bottom, the IS has an extra radiator and an extra oil cooler. Okay, the things that you do when you're building a car to run on the track, because any car you buy and drive at 100% on the racetrack will last one lap before all the needles start hitting the reds, and you got to get off or you're going to blow your motor up. But the IS has an extra oil cooler and extra radiator already installed. It's kind of built for somebody who's planning on driving it as an enthusiast, taking it on track days, driving it really hard, maybe even racing it. Although if you're racing it, you go a lot further. But as far as Touaregs go, they're diesels. I doubt they have the same dying on the side of the road issue because they don't have ignitions. They will run. They
got
just
glow
run.
plugs.
Well, but what turns them on and off, what keeps them running is fuel. So if the electronics die, and it's electronic fuel injection, granted, and it stops the fuel from entering the engine, it will kill the motor. But if it was, let's say, an electric problem on a gas powered Touareg that killed the ignition and stopped all spark, that kills the motor just the same dead. But in my friend's case, the whole engine would just up and die. It would shut off.
I think it was actually a transmission. That was a very big Volkswagen problem. That.
Yeah, I think what was happening was it was falling in between like neutral and drive, which is like a dead zone. It causes the car to
Your friend sold his what, KC?
My friend sold his Golf GTI after driving it for a year. He had so much issues on it, so he got fed up with it. Yeah, and just sold it.
That's a 2-liter 4, wasn't it? 2-liter turbo 4.
I'm not quite sure. Back in 10 years ago, 2012.
They were a nice car.
Yeah, they were nice zippy cars, but they had so much problems, right? It overheats, problems with the gearbox and all that. So he just got fed up with it. Yeah.
I tried to change the alternator on a Jetta, the same Jetta, and okay, alternator. Well, no big deal. We found one, $189 or a lot of money, more than normal. And I popped the hood. You can't get at it from the top through the hood. So I jacked the car up. You can't get it from the bottom. You have to pull the whole front end of the car off, grill, radiator, headlights, fenders, bumper, everything, and completely off to get to the alternator to replace an alternator on a Jetta. And that just like right there, because the way these cars go together,
that's almost as bad as the BMW, the diesel, 2-liter diesel. The timing chain is closest. You've got to pull the engine out to get to change the timing chain.
Right up next to the firewall.
It's the same as my old Mini. When you needed to do some changes, right? You had to pull the whole front end off, and because it's so compact, and everything.
Yeah, it's so fucking annoying. What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
The Mini. How did you find your Mini?
Oh, that was a fun car. It was a 6-speed
but
manual.
It's a bastard. But to do anything, it's a bastard.
Did you know that Minis, not the old ones, but Minis are made by BMW?
Yes, that's correct. They are made by. That's correct. That's correct.
They're absolutely, 100% BMW through and through.
But that's not a good thing because they've become so technically complicated. And
well, all of today's cars have. Get off that bed.
Yeah. Hey, you know why you asked just now when you asked me, right? Why don't I get a Porsche instead of Ferrari? So the
Yes.
reason is very simple, right? I'm 51, and let's say I have 10 years more to get into a Ferrari, right? After that, you'll find difficulties getting in and out of a Ferrari.
Yeah.
So the idea is to get the Ferrari and then get the Porsche later on when I'm older.
Sure.
It's
Plus,
impossible to get in. Yeah.
You know, both are, going to be price wise, a lot more in time.
Yeah.
I think, it depends on the Porsche model, but Porsche has a lot of models that are still very affordable these days.
Well, KC, that's why I got the BMW, because
Exactly.
I just got.
Yeah.
If I don't fucking start enjoying life now, when the fuck do I do anything?
Yeah. We don't know what will happen tomorrow, right?
And I think a BM is still a nice car. I mean, to me, that's very expensive, and it's a very much a luxury. Other people say, "Oh, no big deal." Of course, it is. I agree. It is. It is what it is. But I think it's very nice car to have when you come from just a normal Japanese car.
All right, check this out. I'm just going to read off
Yep.
from Craigslist. 2002 911 Carrera 4 Cabriolet, 6-speed board engine, $28,000 invested, $35,000. A 1966 911, $45,000. Here's a 2009 11 Carrera 6-speed, $19,000. 2009 911 Carrera 4 convertible, $55,000.
They're not that. They've still gone up a long way. They have gone up a long way than what they were pre-COVID.
Still, these prices. Listen to these prices: 19, 50.
Yeah, but that's still US dollars. That's still a lot of money.
$20,000. I mean, for a fucking supercar.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the condition is crap, right? It's
No.
And I'll tell you one thing, KC. I saw this. In my country, BMW is still kind of expensive. Okay, very expensive.
It is. Yeah,
okay.
It is.
Like I saw on Doug Demir, was it Doug Hoovy? Hoovy bought a BMW 6 Series convertible. Cabriolet 6 Series.
Yep.
And he paid $2,000 US for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
But what happens is, Casey, because that car became so cheap so quickly, they never looked after it. Like, you look at the condition, it's really fucked. The leather's had it. It's all been left out. See, in my country, even though it's a 10-year-old 6 Series, everybody would still look after it like a Rolls Royce.
See, here's my car, 1985.
Super chat.
1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute. Let's get the super chat here. Here we go. Looser, $2. Car go broom broom. Train go choo choo. Thank you. Thank you. I got to tell you, see, in America, you see cars cheap, KC, but they treat them like shit. Because they don't, like, I've even seen, that I watched that Rob Super Speeders, that guy who rents cars. He made a snowplow out of an E-Class Mercedes, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I still love that model. It was the W211, not the first circle headlight one, but the one after it, the early 2000s.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he made a snowplow out of it and crashed. He said, I don't give a fuck. But in my country, that's still a beautiful car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Americans, they treat their stuff like shit because it's so cheap.
2000 Porsche 911 Carrera 4, 45,000 miles, 26,000. Here's a 2005 911 Turbo S, $28,000. Wow. A 911 Turbo S convertible for $28,000. That's got to be a misprint.
The convertibles, the less desired. They prefer the coupes.
Yeah, they're heavier because the roof adds structure to the whole car. Yeah,
exactly,
and you remove the roof, and they've got to put a lot more weight into the chassis.
See,
and,
KC, what I found is in Malaysia and Indonesia, any Benz they look up to.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
you need to be, you need to be like, have a certain income before you can afford those anyway. Yeah, so you don't simply throw it all over the place or junk it.
Right. Fuck, and looking here, I mean, I could be into any of 20 Porsches for my watch collection.
Guys, I'm going to have to wrap this up.
Yep.
Mike, it's been great having you on. KC, it's great having you on.
Hey,
Come
thanks.
again, guys. I don't know why this is ratings poison. We got 31 people watching it. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong.
You ran it right after your regular show, so people are, I think, maybe playing elsewhere.
No idea, Mike. Mike, no idea. It's just a guys. Thank you for coming. Come again.
you.
See you tomorrow, guys. Thank you
Okay,
so much,
bye.
guys.
All right, Archie, I love you, man.